Tosha, you coming? Yes, yes, just a moment. Whoa.
What the fuck is this?
This is not a furry
What the
game.
fuck is this?
This is not
What
a
the
furry.
fuck is this?
This is not a furry
It
game.
literally just sniffed.
Hey, welcome to welcome to the Halloween episode.
It
Welcome to the Halloween episode,
just
guys.
sniffed.
There's no sniffing going on. There's no.
It knows you farted.
Oh my god. We're playing this game called Tiny Bunny. I saw the first episode like 4 years ago. Maybe I was a virgining furry back then, and that's why I wanted to play it. Oh my god, it did sniff. That's fucking revolting. Yeah, so I just think this would be fun. Doki Doki Literature Club fucking sucked, so let's get into this.
This is boring as shit.
This is actually like a good horror reading game. Jake, do you want to be the narrator or the kid this time?
I'll be the narrator.
Okay.
The wind clawed at my window all night long. It wandered the fields and howled like a hungry beast. An endless song weaved from all sorts of voices, shrill, gentle, sneery, twined the air. They were shouting and laughing and arguing about something. Someone was running through the snow while casting long shadows that would occasionally creak close to my bed. Our house had a mind of its own, the creaky old mind of a building that had seen a lot in its days and was seemingly trying to share its wisdom with the inhabitants. The lonely house faced the forest, and the dark green thicket gazed back with its hollow eyes whizzing, swaying back and forth. One could come out and stand at the edge of the forest to reassure themselves that there was nobody behind the crooked trees. Fuzzy silhouettes swaying in the wind couldn't possibly do any harm. It's just a play of light and shadow. I knew it was just my imagination. I was already 12 after all. Still.
Oh, there's like a fox in the snow.
Oh, I didn't even... was that there the whole time?
I didn't see it. Episode 1, The Owl Will Arrive. So I
This is
remember
just a
this.
story?
Yeah, so it's a story. It is like, but our choices actually matter. That's why I want to play this game. What the fuck?
Whoa.
Hey, put away your book. How many times have I told you to not read at the table? It's bad for your health. Look at how slouched you are. Hide. Hiding books is lame.
I didn't protest and put the book about Conan the Barbarian aside. I was stuck on a line I couldn't understand after reading it 3 times anyway. Ulya had already finished her breakfast and was munching on some cookies. She was so enthusiastic she almost looked like your typical girl from the commercials. She looks like she just took like 15 mushrooms.
She is kind of
She
staring
does
at
not
outer
look like
space.
she's on planet Earth. She does not look like she's on planet Earth right now.
The fact that she blinks means that she's just motionless right now. Like, she is supposed to be
She went
moving.
non-verbal like 15 minutes ago and no one's checked on her.
She said this edible ain't shit 15 minutes ago. You're not going anywhere until you finish all of it.
I, on the other hand, was still trying to drill a hole in the plate with my eyes as if it would make the porridge disappear. What time period is this in?
I think it's just Russia, so life's a little different
Russians still eat porridge? That's crazy. That's like some shit that like the evil orphanage owner would feed Annie. Hazy anxiousness welled up inside, all because of the previous sleepless night, the black forest around our house, and the gloomy wind. The longer I waited, the colder the lumpy white substance became.
I've been there before.
Yeah, I feel that. It looks like a jellyfish from the Castell Odyssey. I love that show. I wonder how horrifying the bottom of the ocean is. Oh, you have no idea. Or how cold the black forest is at night. The spoon fell out of my hand. Mom showered me with a cold glare from her green eyes.
What did I just say? I'll get it.
Holy fuck.
Holy
You just
shit.
shifted. I had 10 seconds to catch my breath before battling the nasty porridge once again. I felt around for the spoon. What is this carved on the other side of the table? Karina. Ha! That's my mom's name. I guess she carved it out with something pointy when she was little. She sure was a rascal, damaging the furniture like that. Yeah, she would scold me for a week if I did something similar, though.
I think I would have got worse if I carved my name into the dining room table.
Should I remind her about it? No, she's been in a bit of a bad mood lately. Fuck! I imagined her being my age sitting under this table. I wonder, was Mom afraid of the dark back then? This kid is not talking like a kid, or the sound's coming from the attic.
It's kind of creepy when
Kid's
they talk
talking
like
like-
adults.
Yeah, the kid's talking like a 45-year-old man, or the thick forest. I
Whoa.
imagine my grandma coming into my little mom's room, sitting at the edge of her bed where Olia sleeps nowadays, and saying this in her soft, smooth voice.
Okay. Oh, I have to click. Taiga is a special place, little girl. I'm talking to Jake right now. He's a little girl.
I'm not a little girl, man.
It's watching you closely, sniffing you out. And then I grab your cheek
Ew.
and I pinch it, trying to discern what kind of beast you are. If you're a good sort, it won't abandon you in times of trouble. But if you're a bad apple, it'll grab you by the side and drag you under the ground. And that would be it.
Grandma was caring. She never fought with anybody, never yelled, never swore.
Why the fuck did she say that?
Those were the times without the maddening screams until late at night, without smashed dishes and mutual accusations. Our parents used to love each other back then. I remember listening in on one of their conversations by chance. They were talking about Grandma getting prepared for her funeral. She had already bought a casket, and she called it her cute funeral box. It waited for its time in the closet patiently.
That's so fucking depressing.
It was black, upholstered with meat-colored material on the inside. I saw it when my grandma was getting buried. I don't know. That's just life. It's not really that depressing. The house didn't change since the time she was alive. Only all of the photos were gone. Glass-covered pictures with gray faces of my ancestors. They all had a dead... What?
What?
They all had a dead. Oh, they all had a dead but watchful look in their eyes.
Jake failed English.
I thought that was a period. I thought that was a period.
Oh, okay, never mind. That makes sense.
I crawled out from under the table.
See, me and Jake can argue, but we also love each other at the end of the day.
I'm gonna kill you. Olya was done with her cookies and was looking at my share like a sly woodland critter.
Why would you call your sibling that?
I turned my gaze toward the frosted window. There were a lot of dark pines outside, but they didn't grab my attention. Clearly they fucking did because you noticed them. The pattern of frost formed a picture on the glass.
Oh yeah, look, it's a fox. Where?
It looked almost like those optical illusion thingies they put on the back of student notebooks. A mixture of lines at first glance, but if you blur your vision a little bit, and look under a certain angle.
Not outside, on the window. Look, here's the nose, and here's... Hey, eat up! Yes, just a moment. I don't see anything. Hurry up. That's not much left.
There's not much time left.
Fuck you. I'm such a good reader. Ah,
No, you're
there
not.
it is. But it still doesn't look like one. And I'm telling you, it does. Nuh-uh. It does. Stop it. These kids, I swear.
Now I couldn't see the fox either. It disappeared, went away. Only the frosty pattern similar to stretched out nettle leaves kept creeping up on the glass.
Whoa.
My dad, hello!
Holy fuck. I gotta
Now
move my
that is
camera
a-
so you guys can see the dad's face.
Now
Yeah.
that is a man. Now that's
Look
a
at
fucking
him.
man.
Holy
I love
shit.
when two hot people get together. Mom would always ask jokingly, "Come on, shave it off, it stings." This was long ago. Nowadays, rumbling doors and witty comebacks were an everyday occurrence.
Are they fighting?
Olya always covers her ears whenever she hears something like, "What's the point in all this?" through the wall. "It's all for your sake," Dad would reply, "for the sake of our family." I always caught every sound in fear of hearing the most dreaded, the deadliest word that started with a D.
Divorce.
Oh yeah, divorce.
I spelled it out.
D-I-V-O. Yeah, we get it. I don't even want to finish it. It was scary to imagine that me and my little sister could be torn apart and taken into two different families. That's how divorce works in Russia?
Really?
Y'all need to get your shit together.
Anyway, your fox is nothing. I have an owl on my window. You and your owl talk again. You said you believed me just yesterday. Has anyone seen my car keys? I remember leaving them on the windowsill. Right. Maybe you did, and maybe not. You're a grown man, a father of two, and still? Karina, please stop. Just let me get ready and play peace. Your keys are in the basket near the phone. Anton, stop making a martyr out of yourself and finish eating already. But the owl! There was no owl. But there was one. It had giant glowing eyes.
These parents are real rays of sunshine, huh? Olya sprung out from her chair and placed her hands on her little face, imitating a pair of eyes with her fingers the size of an apple each.
Last year you had Babai in your closet, and now this owl.
What the fuck is Babai?
I saw it. I don't know. Probably some Russian, like, it's a glossary. Babai, in Slavic folklore, a nocturnal spirit used by parents to threaten their ill-behaving children. That's the best feature in this game. They have a fucking...
This is also why, like, Russian culture is immensely fucked up, the way they treat their children.
Yeah, they scare the shit out of them for no reason. Have you thought of befriending it? You know, like feeding it with an imaginary mice? Don't bully our girl. She's just afraid to sleep alone because she's still little.
Olivia pouted her lips in rebellion and rushed into the hallway. The staircase that led to the second floor creaked. Mom gave Dad a strict look.
She looks
Holy
pissed.
shit. I need her to look at me like that. The fuck?
Holy fuck.
Oh, that look in her eyes. So uncomfortable to be pinned under it. Dad just snorted in reply and left, ringing with the keys he just found.
What a dick.
A minute had passed and the theme song from The Little Mermaid echoed through the house. It was stored on incredibly worn-out cassette tape, which Dad already had to glue together once. It's so easy to fix objects, by gluing them back together, for example. But how do you fix a relationship? Mom moved to the living room and I was left alone, anxiously stealing glances at the window. Julia had trouble sleeping ever since we moved to this house. She would toss and turn and curl up into a ball under her blanket. Sometimes she would jump up in the middle of the night and turn on the VCR. Cartoons helped to take her mind off all the troubles we had with the move and our parents.
Oh shit.
And then Oya said she saw the giant flying monster outside her window. She became obsessed with it. Our parents did everything in their power. They tried every little trick to get rid of those ridiculous fears. Oya refused to sleep alone and didn't believe that the owl was just one of her nightmares. After last night, I was unsure of what to make of my sister's words, what to think of it myself. Can nightmares be infectious? Did they ever think, like, I wonder why my child is so fucking scared all the time. And then like they come out with like the fucking babai or whatever the fuck it was called.
Yeah, but they're like also a nocturnal beast will threaten you because you're ill behaved.
Like what? Are Russians okay, like mentally? Clearly not, because they invented shit like that to tell their kids. That night I couldn't get a wink of sleep and ended up thinking of what to expect from my new school.
Hey, it's bedtime. Just be aware, though, you might get eaten by the fucking Babadook!
Yeah, there were a couple days left before the beginning of a new term. My imagination drew long, twisting hallways that led to a classroom full of kids. But all the students behind their desks were simply dark figures cut out using a template. Circular holes gaped in the middle of their faces and pairs of eyes blinked inside those holes. It was as if some completely different creatures were looking at me from behind. Their cruel glares, filled with icy sneers, made me shiver from head to toe. Will I survive here? Won't they gang up on me and beat me down, stomp on me with their bloodied shoes? The damn school can burn for all I care. It's like the South Park kid. I'm gonna burn this whole school to the ground. I just wished for anything to happen to it. Doesn't really matter what. I didn't want to go there that badly. Honestly, I kind of had this mindset when I was a kid. I was like, bro, if I could easily just like take every single person out of the school and then the school just gets destroyed, I would be okay with that. Not thinking that they would just send me to the nearest elementary school that isn't that one. I didn't want to see people who are just itching to smack me up on the head, trip me up, think of a new offensive name for me worse than the previous one. Felt like the glasses I wore made me an outsider or some sort of monster. My gaze slid across the drawings hanging on the walls. I couldn't consider myself a great artist, but Oya begged me to hang them. The small circle of friends I had also enjoyed my paintings. Sometimes I imagine my mom picking up the phone and saying in a cold voice, "You've got the wrong number." Jesus. Dr. Anton isn't around. Anton is not around.
What the fuck?
I imagine my future classmates lying in their beds just like me, listening to the howls of invisible werewolves outside their windows. Maybe my new classmates will like me after all. Who would ever like a boy with thick glasses? I mean, my dad used to wear glasses when he was little, and now he's married to the most beautiful woman on the planet, my mom. Damn right. The house creaked, pressed by the wind. The condo we used to live in, a 9-floor concrete building, buzzed with the neighbor's drill, mumbled with a TV set from behind the wall, cried like a baby from the big family next door. Our current house, though I can't really call it new, was completely different. It was silent and easygoing during the day. Its shadows lay dormant in the corners, on the closet cobwebs, and under the stairs, but they all woke up during the night. Something was watching me from every corner, almost as if the old photos of my deceased family, with their ashen eyes, were hanging on the walls in the place of my drawings. The floor was squeaking, rusty drains were moaning, the attic was occupied by noisy drafts. One could think the house was performing some sort of demonic melody. La 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 lava, chicken.
La 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 la.
Lava chicken, yeah, it's tasty as hell. Ooh, mamacita, now you're ringing the bell. And then I realized I was, in fact, hearing music. It was already playing for a good while. Crispy and juicy, now you're having a snack. Somewhere at the edge of my perception, I could hear a flute. It was mixed in with the sound of the wind, of the creaking old house, and my thoughts too. I stood up and rushed to the window. I wanted to reassure myself that this music was nothing more than a product of my imagination. It's not like someone is playing it there amidst the cold, snowy night, right?
Okay, open my curtains. What the fuck?
Someone was dancing in the field. Black silhouettes I could barely make out with the dark forest as their backdrop. They jumped around, basked in moonlight, bumped into piles of snow, rolled around and crawled on all fours. Stories about wolves playing under the moon came to mind, but these were clearly not wolves. One of them was a bear. They stood up upright at times, circled around holding hands and whipping up snow,
What's that one
disappearing
that's
into the
standing up?
shadows for a brief moment and then coming back.
There's one
One
that's
of them's
like
a
standing
bird.
up with and looks like he has a gun.
One of them's a bird. Something bizarre was going on. Yeah, no shit. Shadows dancing in the starless abyss made my imagination go wild, making me anxious at the same time.
Is that supposed to be happening? Oh shit, they
Animals
saw
don't
us.
normally do that, right? Suddenly the music had stopped.
Fuck, they saw us.
The dancing shadows froze in place, and I could swear pierced me with their eyes. One of the silhouettes immediately parted from the bizarre shadow carnival and sprinted across the field with giant leaps.
What the fuck?
Jesus.
Dude, what the fuck? What
Okay,
the
that was
fuck?
freaky. That was cool. It glided on squeaky snow without leaving any prints until it was devoured by the pitch black shadow of my house, which became even darker and thicker.
Dude, I told you, this game is actually kind of scary.
My heart was jumping around like the bird inside a cage. I shut the curtains with a swift motion and stepped back toward the bed.
This is a bad
Opened it
time to have
again.
my lights off. I'm creeped the fuck out.
All my lights are off too, and my blinds are down. They saw me. A freezing torrent of fear washed over me. I stood in the middle of a perfectly dark room and listened to some unwanted guest move and scrape around, looking for an entrance. The sound moved to the right and circled around the house.
Oh shit, he's trying to get in.
Now my guest should be at the front door. I jumped into bed and covered myself with the blanket as if it could protect me. Well, at least you are aware that it's not going to do shit. The shackles of fear locked my muscles.
You should be holding the door handle, right? That's the best thing to be doing right now?
Depends on what kind of door handle it is. There are some doors that you can pull the handle on one side, and it doesn't matter if you're holding it on the other side, it still goes down. I remember the funeral, my grandma lying there, hands crossed on her chest, her facial features sharp like that of a tin doll. Ants running up and down the legs of chairs that held my grandma's casket.
Why the fuck did you bury her? Is that a thing that happens in Russia?
Well, yeah, they buried her in a casket.
Where were the ants? Why were the ants eating her during the funeral?
I don't know. I think it's just in his imagination, I think. I imagine those little critters climbing up her head and pulling her up on her eyelids with their tiny legs.
Ew.
Then her wrinkly eyeballs would once again move inside their sockets and she'd be able to see her grandchildren. I was chanting the spell she taught me throughout the whole procedure. And now, lying under the blanket and listening to the squeaks and howls, I was repeating the same words.
On the island of Bayan, underneath the blemished sun, in the sea of color blue, stands a cabin made of wood. There lay lard and ashen hair for the spawn of the devil's lair, to feast and always leave alone, God's faithful servant named Antone. Evil leave this house must, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Bizarre sounds had disappeared. I cautiously peeked out from under the blanket and saw curtains waving around like a hanged man.
We're fucked, dude. It's about to cut to us, Dad, I swear to God.
And then the night doused me with a new portion of boiling terror.
Oh,
How?
fuck.
I didn't even do anything yet.
We're about to cut to something bad.
The sound scratched at my eardrums.
I hate horror games.
And I love them so much. In reality, someone or something or someone were scratching at the front door, hurriedly clawing at wood, demanding to be let in. The door was shut. Dad had become very cautious recently, so he installed a sturdy lock.
Thank God.
I remember him staring at the forest intently, as if he was looking for someone.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
I hugged my knees, placing my chin between them, and drilled the floor with my eyes. It was so flimsy and weak before the night of darkness. And then...
Fuck, we're fucked, we're fucked, we're fucked.
The doorknob switched slightly. And then it turned halfway once, twice, as if the person who tried to enter had no hands.
Oh.
The doorknob tilted once more and then
We're fucked.
started clicking violently. My jaw cramped from fear. My wet fingers clutched the blanket.
Oh.
The door creaked and opened. It's gonna be Olya or something. The wind taunted me, moaning inside the tin drains.
It's not gonna be Olya, it's gonna be somebody ready to butt fuck us, dude. We don't get out of this. We just saw a man run towards our house at full speed.
I need an adult! I need
an adult now!
I need a trusted adult now.
My dad needs to bring some anger into this room right now.
You'll see. The door was wide open. The darkness writhed inside the carnivorous mouth of the doorway. Shah. It was as if the night itself was calling out to me, flapping its black wings, squeaking with rusty hinges. I was trembling, ensnared by the web of darkness that hung in the corners of my room, waiting for the one who weaved it to come out of the gaping black hole. To die. My abdomen tightened and my chest rose up, ready to exhale a desperate scream. But before I was able to do anything, the darkness asked me,
"Oh, we're fucked.
Tosha, you asleep?"
Oh, maybe it is your sister. Oh.
My sister's pale face protruded from the thick shadows.
It's gonna still end up being a monster.
I almost screamed from relief. Wendigo.
Olya, I'm not sleeping. Did something happen?
Olya frowned and stuck out her lower lip, a clear sign that she was about to cry.
It's there again, staring at me. Shoo her away, Tosha, please. I'm so scared.
The fear that was tormenting me just a minute ago crawled away and hid somewhere in my stomach. I needed to calm Olya down.
It was just a dream, silly. Don't be scared. Dreams don't bite. No one's going to harm you.
Olya sobbed.
So is the monster in her closet the fucking thing that ran at our house?
Probably. So far, this is enticing.
Yeah,
she was
way
trying
better
her best
than
to
Doki
believe
Doki.
me. But was I sure myself?
I have an idea. Let's go to your room and watch the video. Sleeping Beauty, for example. You like that cartoon, don't you? It's a movie. Why does Sleeping Beauty have a prince, and I have this scary bird?
That question took me by surprise.
One of them was a bird. Alright, let's watch Cinderella.
My thoughts became tangled, fuzzy. What was that? What studied me with its eyes while dancing feverishly under the moon? The darkness was climbing to the window, and it couldn't be fooled by my grandmother's old chants. It couldn't be satisfied with a feast of lard and long ashen hair.
Tosha, you coming? Yes, just a moment. Fuck.
What even happened?
We got jump scared. A fucking wolf ate us. Holy shit.
Was it a nightmare?
Whew.
That got me, but I didn't make a sound.
I fucking screamed like a bitch.
That's why I didn't want to laugh at Olya and her owl in the morning. Who could be visiting us here in the middle of nowhere? We don't know anyone around here. So persistent. I felt extremely unsettled just from a silly thought that our morning guest could have come from the woods. I could barely hear voices coming from the front door. My mind was urging me to hide in the closet. Oh, been there! Behind the curtains where Olya always hides.
Tosha, come here.
I felt like kettleballs were tied to my feet, but I still dragged them toward the hallway.
Oh, it's the police.
Jesus. A couple of policemen towered over me in the doorway. They smelled like frost and worry. My mom always winced and grumbled the moment she saw patrol cars, worse than bandits. At the moment, though, she looked somewhat confused.
Are there bandits in Russia? Hello.
The senior officer, who wore a grim expression, nodded.
A boy had gone missing yesterday. His name's Vova. Look at this, please. Have you seen him?
The policeman held a photograph to me.
If this is hand-drawn, it's very good.
Yeah. There was a ginger boy around the age of elementary school, pictured with a wall carpet as the backdrop. He had a striped cat in his hands and wore a wide smile.
No, I haven't. Are you sure? Look closely. Where would I see him? I don't know anyone around here. I barely leave the house. Well, maybe you've seen him from the window? That's right. Your windows look straight at the forest, don't they?
The window.
No, I haven't seen anything. I see.
He sounded tired, but his eyes, his stare, long and heavy, was full of suspicion. I squirmed unwittingly under the weight of guilt, which his giant shadow cast over me. The policeman finally tore his eyes from me and glanced over the hallway, the stairway, and the cracks in the ceiling, which I haven't noticed before for some reason.
How do you like your new place, by the way? Getting used to it? Bit by bit, it's just our little daughter misses the city a lot. Misses the city, huh? Have the locals been treating you well? Yeah, everything is alright. Thank you.
The policeman pierced through me one more time with his brown eyes. My head started spinning.
Can I help you somehow?
I asked that in a shaky voice, to look like a polite boy to end this unpleasant conversation sooner.
Now that I think about it, you look just like one of my nephews, little fella. He's a witty boy around your age, wears the same type of goggles. Always engrossed in reading those mystery novels. Told me he wants to enroll in police school when his family visited this summer. Wanted to help other people, just like me. See?
I felt comfortable, as if a distant relative and not a police officer stood before me.
Uncomfortable. You know what? Little boys like you should stay at home. Steer away from trouble. The times have changed so much.
Mom interjected in a cold voice.
You don't say. Oh, well then. What grade are you in, Anton? 6th. Have you made any friends here so far? Not yet. I'll be going to school for the first time after the break. Ah then, I'll leave you my number just in case. Call me if you have any info.
The policemen were gone, with their shadows, the smell of cheap cologne and the photo of a smiling boy. His face still stood before my eyes. I wondered what it was like for him being all alone there. For some reason, I thought of the forest swaying in the wind. What did his poor parents feel? And what would my parents do if I'd gone missing? Would they cry and thrash around hysterically? Or would they accuse each other like they always do and forget about me eventually?
Mom, this Vova, did he go missing in our forest? Seems like it, poor child.
I looked out the window at the road. The police UAZ drove off toward the village. The police officer's nephew came to mind when I was splitting off old paint from the windowsill. I remember all the teenage mystery novels from the Black Kitty series I've read this summer. Your average boys and girls investigated all sorts of mysteries there. They looked for clues, spied on suspicious people, and after a set of amazing adventures, bam, and solved any complicated case. They became local celebrities and must have made their parents very proud. I noticed a trail of policemen's footprints that led to the forest, and then it clicked in my head. Why don't I start an investigation of my own? Maybe I'll find that lost boy.
We're fucked.
No, absolutely, do that. And I'll get a reward. Oya will be so happy.
Oh my god, I'm gonna bust the pervert that stole that small boy.
Well, we clearly know those fucking animal monsters in the forest are like kidnapping them and eating them or some shit. And not only Oya, mom and dad too. Maybe they'll even forget about their quarrels for a while. Maybe I'll even save us from the D word.
And it'll solve my parents' divorce.
I fantasized about buying Oya a Tamagotchi and getting a cassette player and a bunch of tapes for myself and a whole bunch of Kinder Surprise. When was the last time our parents bought us any toys? Last autumn, I think. My dad had lost his job at the time. I had little to no idea what the accountant's job like. They count money, I think? Neighbors used to envy us. But nowadays, mom and dad barely had any money to afford sweets, and dad would always divide a single chocolate bar between me and Oya. Sometimes I gave her my share, too. No matter how much I wanted to eat sweets, she was still just a pipsqueak. I couldn't wait to go out looking for clues.
I'm going outside. Yeah, right. You want the police to go around with your photograph next? The forest is so thick. What if the boys got snatched up by the wild animals, or something even worse? That's pretty likely.
Yeah, even worse, echoed through the hallway.
I won't go far. I'll stay away from the forest. Did you hear what I said, or should I repeat myself? Better go back to your school bag and play with Oya.
Alright. The only way I can do this is if I go out at night with a flashlight.
Oh yeah, that's so cool.
The sound of splashing water came from the kitchen. It meant that the argument was over and mom had the last word.
Ooh.
That bitch.
Okay.
No, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Stop hitting me.
Alright, fuck.
That's how my household went. I don't know about you.
Alright.
Honestly, front yard. Mom's gonna yell at us, but like I ripped
Anton! Anton! Anton!
Get the fuck back here.
I'll whip you if you make a single step out that door. That's how mom would say it.
Open the Harry Potter room, I guess.
Ah, knife! Oh, wait.
That's an axe. That's better. It's better than a knife. Mom says it smells like mice, but how would she know their smell? She hates when I stick my nose in there. She's afraid I'll cut myself with the freshly sharpened axe. And Oya can't even be lured close to it. She thinks Babai is still living there. I tried to help her fight her fears once. I opened the door and turned on a dim lamp so she would see there was nothing but cobwebs, Dad's tools, and scratched walls. She still didn't believe me. And I liked to hide in the closet and listen to Oya count outside. 1, 2, 3, better hide from me. And then drag her feet on the creaking floorboards, hoping that she wouldn't need to look for me in the cramped monster's den.
Okay, so we
I
can't.
guess go to the kitchen.
Maybe we'll need it later, and we just know it's there for now. Lie to
Lie to mom
mom.
about what?
I want a fucking soda. What's in the
Soda pop.
crisper?
Grandma kept ice cream for me and Oya there, but now I could only see meat bits for soup and clumped together. Pelmeni. I grew to hate them already.
I need to know what that is.
Russian variety of dumplings made by boiling thin, unveiled dough filled with mincemeat. One may even call it Russian fast food. Honestly, that doesn't sound that bad, but
I would eat it.
who knows? Maybe it's like disgust. Maybe it's like our liver and onions. What are we lying to mom about? I absolutely want to lie to our own mother, but I just don't know about what. Like, what would we lie about?
Mom, something's wrong with the TV.
Are we sneaking out?
I think so. The picture is dim and there are stripes all over the screen.
Mom's face became visibly distorted.
Oh, you're killing me here. So have you had enough of shooting those stupid ducks now? Told you the kind scope will go dim because of your console. Where will we find a TV technician in this hole, huh? Maybe it's just the settings. Please go see for yourself. Strange, it worked from fine this morning. Maybe the snowfall caused it.
Mom rubbed her hands clean on her apron and went to Olya's room.
Oh, cool. Now we can go do whatever we want.
To the front yard.
Outside! To where the boy got kidnapped.
I opened the front gate and went into the field, carefully so Mom wouldn't see me from the window. You're gonna get caught, but this is still fire. When I crossed half the distance toward the forest, the snow piles became as high as my knees. I remember my nightly fears. I saw those silhouettes around here. They were jumping around, holding hands. That hypnotizing music started playing in my head all on its own. In the light of day, those distant figures felt like a simple dream. The sun turned my nightmares to ash, but the aftertaste was still there. Distant ringing in my ears, distorted shadows, crawling on the snow alongside me, and a barely audible whisper in my head, blurry and almost kind. Everything was silent. So silent, I felt like the world was totally empty. No ground, no sky, no parents, no Olya. The time reached its limit. A one-way trip that ended at the forest's tiny stockade. Sometimes silence was much scarier than any scream. I totally agree with that.
Me too.
Our parents would scream at each other while arguing, and both me and Olya turned to stone, listening to them. But then always came ringing silence. Our apartment became numb a couple of days before we departed. It was hard to remember the last time Mom and Dad joked around, laughing, or even spent time together. Almost like all of it was in a previous life. When they kissed with Olya present, she always frowned and snorted in a funny way. But one day it all changed. Something important had left our home, and something scary filled the remaining void. It was as if a fire broke out, and our parents were hurriedly packing our belongings, trying to save themselves and us. From who, though? From the people with dead cold eyes, who sometimes visited us in our previous home? The eyes that only saw balls of worms on the black ground and everything.
What?
And somewhere far, far away, a siren was going off, trying to warn us of the coming menace. I shuddered, chasing away my delusions, and looked around. There were only me, this white field, and the wind that was whipping up icy dust and belts of powdered snow. I squinted from the sun and turned my eyes to the sunless forest. It looked especially dark in contrast with the blinding whiteness. Knobby tree roots slithered under the snow like fat snakes. Rotten leaves and coniferous needles frozen to the ice. Dry, prickly branches intertwined, bringing up uncomfortable thoughts about fences. Is that a mitten?
I think so.
Were they protecting the forest? Or were they keeping something from breaking out? Some object was hanging on from one of the pointy branches. Tried to get closer, drowning in snow, and when I almost got to the edge of the forest, I saw a knitted mitten. It looked like a wounded bird among the hungering semi-dark.
Grab it.
Should I take it to the police? Yes. Their senior officer looked gloomy, but he still reminded me of Captain Casanova from my favorite TV show called The Streets of Broken Lights, Russian mystery TV series telling a story of the daily life of Russian police officers. It's the longest running series in the history of Russian TV at the moment. I wonder if these are true.
I think they are. We're kind of learning about Russia right now.
He was also always anxious, with a tired look in his eye, but still brave and strong. Will this mitten help them find the lost boy? Vuva! I heard a distant shout. Looked like it came from the river. Vuva! As if the trees were calling out to somebody. Vuva sounded closer to me. Someone was standing there behind the trees, hiding.
Oh, fuck.
Vuva. I knew someone was looking for the lost boy, but still, something was unsettling about that figure. Its stillness, how it was bent unnaturally toward the ground.
Where is
Its
it?
blackness.
You see it?
No. Or the mitten, yeah.
No, the creature.
There's no one there, just branches and roots. It's all just in my imagination.
I don't fucking think it is.
A nearby bird flapped its wings loudly.
Oh, yeah, it's not your
There it is.
imagination.
A shadow split from the tree and disappeared from my sight. I looked away for just a moment, but when I turned my gaze back to the same place, it was gone. So it was my imagination after all. Silence reigned for a painfully long time.
We need to grab that fucking mitten. What's happening?
It's already a trail. It's already a trail there. My muscles were tightly sprung. My heart was beating somewhere in my throat. Any noise, any little movement, any small whisper from the thicket, and I'd sprint. But nothing of the sort happened. I looked at the mitten once more.
Take it, obviously,
Take
right?
it. Yeah, take it. I decided to take the lonely mitten from the branch.
Oh. Shadow people!
Ova. A shout rumbled across the field and dissolved into the distance. No echo, no hope for a reply.
Still grab it.
No, I think we should run now. I feel like this is the game warning us to not grab it. I stepped toward the bristly trees and tried to claim my find. It didn't budge. I pulled harder, the branch cracked and the mitten tore off, landing in my hand with a squishy sound.
Oh, it's probably covered in blood.
All too heavy, wet. I squeezed it without thinking and something dark spilled from it, forming a tiny string between the mitten and the snow. Yeah, it's blood.
Oh.
Steam rose from the snow pile. Maybe
oh, it's
not.
fresh.
Blood
oh,
isn't
it's
that
blood.
long, is
Holy
it?
fuck.
Holy fuck.
Dude.
They fucking ate this kid. I froze in place, studying my palms in disgust. Red. The sound of cracking branches invaded the silence. I didn't have to think twice before running away. Someone was chasing me from the darkness, breaking pine branches, closing the distance with giant leaps. Snow was slowing me down. Crazy thoughts flew through my mind. I'll get caught. They'll get me. I'll get dragged into the thicket. I'll be gone forever. But there was one more voice, probably one of reason. It gave me strength and spurred me on. You can do it. Don't stop. I heard an animal roar behind me. It was so loud my ears went numb. It felt like the sound had come from a sack of hungry beasts rather than a single one. Their nostrils sucked in freezing air. They sensed my fear. Two giant wings flapped above my head. An enormous shadow flew over the clearing, a hoot, a wheeze. The roars were coming from all directions now. From the dried-up raspberry bush, from the twisted pines, from under the windfall. Hurry, run, don't look back. It felt like I was inside a nightmare. The snowy clearing became vicious like quicksand. I was stuck in place. I pulled my leg from the mushy trap just to be caught in a new one and even deeper than before.
Fuck.
I continued to drown, sinking deeper and deeper with every desperate push. Was snow ever this sticky? I screamed in horror after realizing this wasn't snow. Someone or something in the snow pile was clutching my pants.
Oh, shit.
I gathered all my strength and rushed forward. The pressure on my leg was gone. My boots slipped out of the hole and my soles were on the hard surface again. I reached a clear path with one jump from there, ran to my house. Its gloomy facade didn't look threatening now. That house was my line of defense from the shadows that flapped their wings and the creatures that were hidden under the snow. I tripped over the doorstep and smashed into the door. In all my hurry, I still managed to notice the claw marks, as if a dog was striking the wood with its paws, demanding to be let in so it could escape the cold. I hadn't noticed these marks when I was leaving. The heartbeat in my ears was much louder than my surroundings. I couldn't hear whether someone was following me or not. What if they were already in our front yard and Mom had locked the door? Drowning in fear, I pulled on the doorknob and it obediently gave away.
Okay.
I rolled into the hallway and shut the door behind me.
Hopefully we fucking locked it.
Porch planks creaked as my pursuers ascended the stairs. My fingers slipped off the lock, and I couldn't click it into place. I gritted my teeth and pulled hard on the iron knob, whipping it between the boards. I stared blankly at the door. Someone was standing on the other side of the pitiful, flimsy barrier that was probably less useful than blankets. Wheezing breath reached into the house and crashed at me in waves. It smelled of pine and sweat. Mom peeked out of the kitchen and chastised me with the same frigid voice she always used when talking to Dad.
What exactly didn't you understand when I told you to never slam the door? I didn't mean to...
I snuck a glance at the door. The smell was gone, and the breath was too. If there was someone in the first place, of course. Here, mere 5 meters away from Mom, my fear was slowly weakening, melting like snow in spring, and with it the last bit of strength I had left in my body, too. My legs gave way. I propped myself up against the wall so I wouldn't fall over. Mom's expression had changed immediately. The cold mask of strictness and detachment was gone. Mom looked the same as before all those quarrels. She finally saw my condition, my wet pants plastered with snow.
Where have you been? What did I tell you, huh? I told you to stay home. Am I nothing to you?
I got afraid she would cry. I reached out to her like when I was very little and wanted her to cuddle me. But Mom regained her composure fast and put on her usual face. Her eyes shined like steel. Her voice rang out.
Your dad can't find his cigarettes. Be honest, did you snatch them? Were you smoking in secret? There was something chasing me. I thought...
I stuttered as soon as I started explaining myself. Tears welled in my eyes. Mom leaned toward me and sniffed my clothes like a beast, searching for the smell of tobacco. Then she squinted at her eyes in suspicion and looked into the front yard. Her expression changed in an instant and she covered her mouth with her hand.
Look over there at the fence.
My heart started thumping as if I became prey once again and my pursuers were following me in the field. I could swear that I've heard something scratch at the door just like in my nightmare. Mom beckoned me with her finger and I gathered all my remaining bravery to look into the kitchen window facing my fear. I could barely discern some hairy silhouettes swimming in the snow through the icy winter patterns on the glass. Dogs. Just a small pack of strays with no name and owner, barely reminding of the hungry monsters that live on the edge of the forest.
Oh boy, were you scared of them? I think they'd rather be scared of you, Anton. They were chasing me like a bunny, and what if they're rabid?
The smile had slowly disappeared from my mom's face.
Why did the music do that?
Now she looked at the dogs as if it was her first time seeing them.
What if they attack Olga? Mom? That's fucked up. What if they attack your sister? I wish your dad could just shoot them all. Mom, look, they're alive. Huh? What? Are they your friend or foe after all? Make up your mind. You're not a little kid anymore.
Mom sighed in annoyance, and I felt so bitter that I might lower my lip and fix my gaze on the cobweb-ridden corner just to keep myself from crying. Welp. Some detective I am. In reality, I wasn't risking my life among monsters, but rather my pants among a pack of stupid strays. And what for? What use do I have for this? Mitten.
Mitten.
Mitten, of course.
Of course, I have the mitten.
It's a mitten! Mitten is the kind of everything. A dark and sticky mitten that belonged to the lost boy made a squishy sound in my hand. Seemed like I was clutching it the whole time. That's my trump card as a detective. I hurried to present this clue to my mom.
Mom, look, this is Vova's mitten. That boy the police were asking about it this morning. It's drenched in blood. I found it hanging on a tree. I can show where. Let's call the police right away, like the officer had told us to. Mom, look. Ew.
A shadow of doubt slowly crept on my mom's contorted face, as if she was trying to remember something distant, like someone tries to remember their dream, but the images slip away.
Stop it this moment. Olga will go insane if she hears you. She's already had enough trouble sleeping and whines all the time. And you joke around like this?
There's blood on the mitten. Oh, fuck.
Damn.
At that moment, I realized that the mitten was actually wet from snow. There was no blood whatsoever.
We're a fucking moron. How do you mistake the two? It was red earlier. It's definitely changed. There's no way. You cannot mistake white with red.
There was no blood whatsoever. I wanted to sink through the floor from embarrassment. That's still like, you can still show that to the police.
Come here, my boy who cried wolf. Actually, yeah, that's still something you should call the cops about. Oh, don't just stand there. Come take your pills.
Golden-colored pill reminiscent of a dead wasp fell into my palm.
Are we taking antipsychotics? I already took one during breakfast. Don't talk over me. I told you to stay home and you Dad would have given you a good whipping for that. Come on, take it, or you won't be able to sleep at night, and you have school tomorrow. Oh, it's like melatonin or something.
So I had to swallow the bitter medication, drinking it down with similarly awful water that gave off a taste of chlorine. Well, no, if you took it in the morning, it's not fucking melatonin.
Oh, I thought it was the afternoon.
Maybe it wasn't Vova's mitten. Maybe it wasn't a mitten at all. Just like the forest monsters and Olya's owl. Am I going mad?
Oh.
What's happening to me? Either the pill had an immediate effect or my exerted brain didn't let fear inside anymore. Serenity washed over me, bringing yawny indifference along with it.
Anton, you done? See, you can do it when you try. Take off your coat. Are you asleep? No, Mom, I was just thinking. What about, I wonder? It's just something silly.
Mom scrutinized me with suspicious eyes, as if she wasn't sure she was looking at her own son and not some doppelganger that came back from the forest.
Is everything alright? You had the exact same expression when the policeman asked you about the window. I'm alright, Mom.
She heaved a deep sigh.
Fine.
Seemed like the house had changed. The sofa's fabric had become discolored. Fingerprints appeared on the bathroom tiles.
When I take my normal pills.
Oh, good Xanax. I love the good Xanax. The light bulbs also felt different, dimmer and yellower. Even the saliva inside my mouth had a different taste. A melody from Aladdin could be heard from the upper floor. Olya was done rewatching her favorite Little Mermaid episodes and switched to other tapes. I slowly changed into my home clothes, stopped before the sink, and studied my reflection in the mirror like I was trying to solve one of those spot the difference puzzles. Then I went upstairs. Jafar and Lago's voice died down. I walked past Olya's bedroom and slipped in my own.
What's this? Oh, these are the things we can look at. Let's start by opening the drawer, yeah.
One of the drawers was empty. I hid the mitten there. This simple action drained the last bit of strength from me. I sat on the bed. And only then I noticed there was someone behind the curtains. My hot, tired hand dropped to the sheets. Whether it was due to the medication I took or the stress I underwent, the room began to contort as if the wind was blowing the walls out like a pair of sails. The corners of the room bent and undulated. The only stable thing in the whole room was the figure between the windowsill and the curtains. A flimsy piece of clothing was stuck to my hidden visitor. It reminded me of burial sheets.
Olya?
Who else would be standing there? I stood up and licked my dried up lips.
Yep, Olya, it's so funny.
The silhouette was unmoving. It was enveloped softly by the curtains, as if there was a thick layer of darkness there, not a human being. I reached toward the curtains. Badum beat my heart, controlled by the medication. The wind sang in the field with a chorus of voices. For a second, I wanted to return to the bed, just lie down and watch the person behind the curtain, knowing full well that they were looking back at me. They're looking without blinking, waiting for me to fall asleep. Plastic rings rustled against the holder when I pulled open the curtains.
Oh. Gotcha!
Yeah, I knew it.
You little fucker.
Fucking beats the shit out of her.
I knew it was you from the beginning.
An unblindingly light halo lit up above Olya's head with the setting sun as the background. My sister was shining. When she was just a baby, Dad always used to say she was shining with happiness. I always retorted, but Dad, she's not some flashlight. But I brought her to the window one day and sunlight poured on her smiling face. I felt like I was holding a light woven child.
I saw everything. Oh, really? What did you hide?
She was just like my mom when she was little, before she put on her sad mask of tiredness and switched to her commanding tone of voice.
It's nothing, just...
Olya ran up to the table, her eyes round, and asked,
You stole something and hid it there? Are you a thief? What? Don't be stupid. I didn't steal anything.
A clear image came to mind. That mitten, hanging from a tree branch.
Ooh.
What if I did steal it after all? From the forest, from the tilted figure standing behind black trees. Olya could be selfish and stubborn when she wanted.
Then show me. Swear that you won't tell anyone, then I'll show you.
Olya wore a plotting smile.
I swear on Mom's heart.
An oath she heard in one of those movies about the pioneers we've watched.
Pioneer movement, an umbrella term for communist children organizations existing around the world. Somewhat reminiscent of the Scout movement. What the fuck? Don't say things like that.
Olya nodded and made a gesture with her hand, locking her mouth with an imaginary key. She was filled with curiosity that was splashing in her giant eyes. I opened the drawer and Olya leaned in, holding her breath. It looked like there was not just a simple mitten, but some sort of exotic critter.
Is this someone's mitten?
She said that as if she couldn't understand what she saw.
A certain boy lost it, and got it lost himself. Now you do understand how dangerous it is for kids to wander into the forest, right? You must be really cold out there. Will they find him? They will.
He's fucking dead. They ate him.
Yeah, but they're gonna find him. They'll find what's left. The police are going house to house showing this photo to everybody.
Olya traversed the room with care and pressed her tiny palms against the window.
And why are they going to houses and not the forest? Are they scared?
The question caught me off guard.
The police aren't scared of anything. They've already scouted the forest.
Unless they're American, in which case they'll be scared by a fucking acorn. Yeah, right, flashed in my clouded mind. Did they really check every nook and cranny where darkness cold and whispers of icy branches dwell? If that's the case, how did they miss the mitten? Or did it appear later for me? I changed the topic, as if trying to get Olya as far away as possible from the forest thicket.
We may get a reward if I go and find this boy by myself. A lot of stuff, like the Wheel of Fortune. I don't need a glossary for the Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune in Soviet Russia?
Field of Wonders, a Soviet-Russian TV game show still running to this day, coming out every Friday, can be described as partially adapted version of Wheel of Fortune. Cool. What do they win? Is it racist to make the joke that they win turnips?
They're white. It's not, they're like...
Then they win turnips on that
show. Not racist. It's ignorant, but it's not racist.
Sounds cool, right?
Olya was not listening to me. She was piercing the forest with incredibly adult eyes, uncharacteristic for her.
What if the owl got him?
What if that's the thing that she sees? Like, he sees the wolf, and then she sees, like, the owl. Maybe the flying thing's like an owl.
Nonsense. An owl won't be able to lift a human. But yeah, I think you're definitely right. That's probably the case. But you know what?
I was picking my words with utmost care. I forced them out of my overexerted brain.
Stay away from the forest. I think it's... how should I put it? It's cursed or something. Just like a fairy tale? No, more like that spooky tape our parents hide from us.
Olya shivered and stole a glance at the window.
I saw you running away. Someone was chasing you. No, it's just, I was hurrying back home so Mom won't be worried.
As I looked at my sister, my heart was tearing apart. She was so fragile, it was so easy to stifle her light. A gust of wind and her small fire would be gone.
You're lucky. Mom won't even let me go outside. I'm like a princess in a tower. Can't go anywhere. I'll die from boredom here. You're wrong. No one has ever died of boredom, and you have me and your cartoons, and Mom and Dad will be good to each other soon. You know what I would wish for on my next birthday? I'd wish for Mom and Dad to turn into children, so we could go play together like we used to. That's so fucking sad. Yeah, and if you'd make them as small as bugs, we could place them into a little box.
Olya giggled and tuggled at my sleeve. Tuggled? Motherfucker. Tugged at my sleeve.
Jake's a tuggle bear.
I'm gonna tuggle you to fucking death if you keep talking with my dick.
I was waiting for the innuendo. The classic Dr. Pink innuendo.
Yeah, I was thinking to myself, if I finish the sentence without dick, it's not gonna make any sense. He's just not gonna get it.
I might think you're an imposter. Tosha, let's go watch Aladdin.
Fatigue won over my desire to be with my little sister. I was washed over by some sort of heinous apathy.
I'm too tired. I don't want to. Come on. It's so boring alone, and Mom is always busy. We can pick a cartoon you haven't seen before. I know all of our tapes by heart at this point. Not all of them. You haven't watched Peter Pan. Remember how you fell asleep in the middle of it? And so much happens after that. Let's go, let's go! Maybe a bit later. Should I tell you how it ends? Let's leave that for tomorrow. I won't tell you tomorrow. I know, let's play hide and seek. No, Olya. Then draw me a dino. Olya, please. Draw it, draw it! Leave me alone already. Fuck, that was mean.
I blurted it out without thinking, and then I was immediately taken back. I never screamed at my little sister like that. I've screamed at my brother like that.
Yeah, I have too.
Olya stared at me in shock. Her lips started trembling, a precursor to tears.
It might be part of her dress. It moved a little bit when she did.
My chest was seething with disgust and embarrassment. What's happening to me? I hurried to prevent Olya from crying.
Alright, you win. Let's go watch cartoons for a bit. I don't wanna...
I came up to her, put my hand on her soft head.
Let's go. Let's go watch Peter Pan. Boo, you'll fall asleep again.
You can never win with this fucking little shit. I swear to God. I want to watch cartoons. Okay. No, I'm not in the mood. Please? Okay, fine. We'll watch it. I don't wanna. Like, fuck you talking about? This is why older siblings beat the shit out of you, by the way. If you're a younger sibling, this is why we beat the fucking shit out of you. This. You act like this. You're telling me you wouldn't fucking hit this bitch? Christ. I smiled and lifted her chin. Her eyes were wet and felt bottomless. I had to look away from the screen because her eyes were like staring at me like that. And I was like, fuck, I can't say this while looking at her. It was funny, but I can't do it.
You have to beat the fuck out of your younger siblings to make them a little stronger. That's just how it works. It's
Otherwise, they
family
won't
tradition.
win when they. Otherwise they won't win in life when they become an adult.
And I'll draw you a full triceratops later. Hooray! Triceratops. Well, close enough.
Oya rubbed her eyes with the sleeve of her pajamas, and a shining smile returned to her face.
How old is she supposed to be?
I don't know. I think we're like 12 or like 11.
I'll go ask Mom for condensed milk and bread, and you can rewind the tape. Bread is fresh. You say you like it.
She's probably like 8.
Alright, just be careful not to spill the milk, or you'll be yelled at again. Want to bet I won't spill it? The tape is somewhere in the nightstand. Look for it.
Oya disappeared into the doorway, and I dragged my feet into the neighboring room.
Turn on.
The old photon TV was gathering dust in the corner. All that was left was clicking the button on the front panel. The tube warmed up and a familiar white noise started dancing on the black screen. You know that's crazy that TVs actually had to warm up before you could watch it? So like, if you were homesick and your parents didn't want you watching TV, the way they found out if you were watching TV was they would feel the back of the TV to see if it was warm or not.
That's fucking cool.
And if it was warm, then their kid had been watching TV. Isn't that crazy?
I had no idea.
Yeah. I almost reached out to turn on the VCR when the noise calmed down and a blurry image appeared for a moment. It was a dark taiga forest, like the one outside my window. The picture split the screen in half. Something creepy resembling human speech was coming out of the speaker. Just a few moments later, the scenery was, again, overshadowed by noise. Did it catch some rogue signal? Local TV station only really showed Soviet cartoons, and even that was pretty rare. And only just recently, I used to always watch Robotech before school. It was so awesome. Maybe I should tinker with the antenna? What if I catch this channel again?
Well,
what is this, late 90s?
I think
this
so.
This is 90s, right?
Yeah,
or
it's
80s.
Gotta be. 90s, 80s.
Either 90s or 80s, yeah. On the other hand, Oya had asked me to find the tape. It wouldn't be nice to disappoint her.
Oh, we're fucking with the antenna.
But in my sleepy state, I didn't have the strength to do all of it.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? She'll live if we don't play with her for an afternoon. She'll be slightly disappointed. This could be so much information for us. What's your take on that?
So setting the TV is us trying to figure out what the image is that we just saw?
Yeah, setting the TV means we try and find that station and see if we can tell what they were talking about, or we search and we go watch the movie with her sister. We can only do one. I think we set the fucking TV, bro.
I think we set the TV, yeah.
Early on, like, I think that we can afford to disappoint her a little bit. Ooh.
The picture finally cleared up. But the moment I rejoiced at finding that weird signal again, the TV started coughing, a voice barely coming through the cacophony. I think we should turn voices on.
Well, it's gonna be in Russian.
It doesn't matter. Let's try it for a little bit and see how it is. Just because I wonder if the monsters talk too. If the monsters talk, I want to hear it.
Oh,
be creepy, you know?
Oh, often after scene. Oh, they kinda does. I'll turn that up a little bit. That was cool. At the moment when
small snowy hills were lined up on screen, pierced with rickety crosses, and a male voice was narrating with a slow, mournful voice.
It was a pitch black night at the cemetery. In that fateful dark time, and little Senya met her fate at the face of a monstrous thicket dweller. The locals call him none other than the Forest Master.
I froze and did my best not to move, as if by doing that I could scare away the narrator. I listened closely to his every word.
The beast dealt with helpless girl in a masterful manner.
The camera panned across the snow with something black spilled all over it, looking for ragged pieces of cloth that were thrown all over the place.
Oh my god.
I didn't want to think whether Senya's remains were wrapped in there, so I shut my eyes without thinking. The voice continued. You saw that arm, right?
Where? Here?
An arm flashed.
I didn't see it. Fuck.
There was like an arm.
Wolves are rare guests in these parts. Here's what Tamara, the old woman that lives in a nearby crypt, had to say.
A close-up shot of the face of an old homeless woman, weary from life and alcohol abuse, rattled on the screen.
Yes, yes, such a fearsome beastie it is, worse than the rising dead.
The old woman splattered saliva all over the rectangular mic.
Oh shit. And the stink. It's like
The rest of her comparison was swallowed up by the sound of a horn.
I've never felt anything like that. It was just standing there. Yes, right where you stand, Boyle. And pierced me with its eyes. Right in the middle of the day. Was so huge, that one. With glassy eyes.
Obscenities were covered by another beep.
You know, they say if this demon lays its eyes on you, it'll snatch you, put you into his bag, and you're done. Aha! But he won't touch me, hee hee. Likes me, it seems, so they even call me the Devil's Wench. And it's definitely true. The carnivorous monster will not touch those who fell to the level of forest beasts, going for innocent child's blood instead. What?
Fucking Rick Grimes as the announcer? What the fuck?
I'm not the good guy anymore.
There are no rules, man. We're lost.
In that bag, there's an AK-47 and a machete with a red handle. That's the one I'm gonna kill you with. The Forest Master's presence is felt more and more on the outskirts of our country.
Torn between believing in what was said and shrugging it away, I decided to record the remaining part of the documentary for some reason. I quickly grabbed the tape that was on top of the TV and put it into the VCR without even looking at the cover. Oh my god, it was Peter Pan.
Yeah, fuck.
I pressed record, turned the sound up, and paid attention to the slipping signal.
It's not called the Forest Master for nothing. All the animals obey it, be they hairy or feathery. They're all precursors for the appearance. If you hear the owls in the distance, then it most likely already knows where you live. If you find animal prints all over your doorstep and birds watching from the trees, you better hide. It's already coming for you. And if you wake up at night and see a pair of eyes in your window, then soon... Oh, we're gonna get fucking jump scared. Then soon... We're fucked. I hate this game. Then soon...
I don't think there's gonna be a jump scare. I think it's just bugging.
Then soon... Dude, I'm gonna keep clicking it. Ah! Fuck you, Jake.
That didn't get me at all.
Your line.
The TV suddenly went mad and looped the last word over and over, piercing my ears.
Oh my god.
I got goosebumps all over my spine.
I get those goosebumps every time. The
tape ended and was rewinding to the beginning. The sound of the rustling tape reminded me of leaves in the wind and the low howl of the beast. I woke up from my stupor and pressed the button. The VCR ejected the tape. For a moment I thought it was stained with saliva, but that was just the light from the chandelier, making the black plastic glossy. And then I saw the cover.
Yeah, it's Peter Pan.
Oops, I recorded it over Peter Pan. That's what I get for hurrying. It was bad enough that I ruined Olya's cartoon, but I also put this creepy shit all over it. I can't let her see this. We'll drown in tears. I snuck a glance at the door. I could hear the clatter of glass and the squeaky floorboards. Olya appeared in the doorway.
You haven't started without me, have you?
My sister brought the tray with unevenly cut bread and a whole can of condensed milk.
No. I was looking for the tape. Do you really want to watch Peter Pan? I do. Turn it on already. Mom will come watch the Brazilian drama soon.
Come on, think, fake detective.
You know, I didn't like Peter Pan. Maybe you should watch The Little Mermaid instead. I've already seen it so many times, and you promised me.
She's so fucking annoying.
I know. Let's watch a couple of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles episodes first. Deal?
Olya frowned, but ultimately gave up. She put down the tray and crossed her hands on her chest.
If you want it so much, can you open the milk can? I'm afraid I'll cut myself with the sharp edges.
As soon as I stood up, colorful dots popped up before my eyes, and my sore legs were pierced by thousands of needles. Only when I reached the sofa, I realized that the can was already open. Olya had tricked me, played me for a fool. My stomach became heavy. I wanted to rush toward the TV, but my little sister was faster. She picked up the remote and proclaimed in a victorious tone.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. As the remote's master, I command you to watch Peter Pan.
I couldn't even open my mouth.
Oh,
the
shit.
VCR had already eaten the accursed
Fuck!
tape. No! No!
Oh my god.
She'll play it, and then black crosses on unnamed graves, empty crypts, bloody scraps on the snow, and the insane devil's wench. I'd better tell the truth.
Oh yeah, stop! I erased the end of your tape by accident. I'll trade it with you for 2 of mine. What do you mean? You couldn't erase it? Me and Dad had broken off all the plastic pins with the screwdriver. You can't record anything over my cartoons now. Fuck!
Oh, shit. My little sister pressed the triangular play button on the remote. I squeezed on the inside, awaiting the out-of-this-world voice from the narrator. But I saw the duel between Peter Pan and Captain Hook instead. I sighed in relief. My head, heavy as leaden ball, now rested in my hands. Oya smiled in joy. She put the tape on rewind and started spreading milk over her bread. And when the cartoon started, she forgot about everything in the world. As if she really got transported to the Neverland like she always wished. To be honest, I also imagined myself there in a land where no one never ages. That's not right English. Where no one ever ages and no one argues over little things. Where no one listens to fights and the sound of broken plates at night. But now Peter Pan's land was especially far away from me. My thoughts dragged on, stumbled upon the horned beast that awaited me among the trees, and the narrator's mournful voice haunted me, sliding over bushes and ravines. Like a winged carnivore would track its prey. It felt like I was dreaming with my eyes still open. Then my sister's scream pulled me back to reality.
Tosha, shut the curtains fast! Why? No one's watching you. It's dark, and when it's dark, the owl comes. I'm scared.
I got out of bed, fighting my drowsiness, and closed the curtains.
The owl's gonna be so fucking real.
I did my best not to look outside, toward the treetops, toward the taiga forest, which seemingly drew closer and closer. Of course, it was just a visual effect from shadows of branches scraping the snow.
Tosha, Mom thinks I made up the owl. And Dad, too. I think I'm a liar since I'm small. But the owl exists. Honestly, it does. You do believe me, right? That it comes every night and...
I swiftly grabbed Olya's hands and looked in her eyes. I was trying to transfer at least some of my courage and determination. But did I really have those qualities?
Yes, I believe you, alright? Just don't nag our parents about it anymore. They're already dealing with a lot, so they'll just get mad at you. Come and tell me if anything happens. And don't look out the window. But it wants me to look. That's scary. Doesn't matter. Act like it doesn't exist and never existed. Like it's made up, just like Mom and Dad say. It'll get tired of waiting and fly away. I don't know if I trust those words.
I feel like that's what the narrator on the TV said, but I feel like as long as you're in the house, you're okay.
Yeah.
We followed Peter Pan's adventures as if nothing had happened, as if the forest didn't kidnap kids, as if our parents weren't tearing each other's apart bit by bit. Captain Hook was running away from a crocodile, and Captain Pan was headed to London on a gilded sailboat. Is his name really Captain Pan?
Maybe it is in Russia.
By some miracle, I lasted longer than my little sister. Olya's eyelids had dropped. She started snoring lightly, resting her chin on the side of the bed. The chorus was singing the ending song. The world of Disney was lit up by a silvery moon. Another moon peeked from under the first one. Scary and wan, hanging over the taiga forest. The horrific report got recorded right over the credits. Oh, shit. My throat went dry. My pulse became faster.
Fuck.
I looked toward Oya. She smacked her lips in her sleep. I squeezed the remote with all my might, ready to press stop at any moment. I rewound the recording, checked if it was intact, and carefully took out the tape. The protective pin was still in place.
Okay, good.
I stood up and left Olya's room. Whether it was by providence or by curse, I hid the tape alongside the mitten at the exact moment Mom peeked into my room.
I think that's probably all the evidence, right?
Yeah, I guess all our evidence goes in there.
Enough playing around. It's your first day of school tomorrow. Go to bed. You should sleep properly. You don't want to be teased for being sleepy, right?
Adults think everything is so simple. As if sound sleep would ensure my classmates would like me. I covered myself with a blanket up to my neck and listened to the house humming, to something invisible rustling in the corners.
Little does this kid know we're helping him, and we were pretty fucking cool in high school. Let's just say.
No, the fuck we were not.
We had a couple of fucking shindigs in high school.
Okay.
Like hanging out in parking lots and getting high.
Yeah.
Pretty fucking
Smoking
cool.
pot, vaping nicotine, drinking vodka.
Oh my god.
My inner voice had a question for me. Do I want to hear that mysterious flute again? Yes or no? Maybe it's just part of growing up and I can't fully understand my own desires. A forest wailed behind the barrier that was my walls. Some ethereal entity wandered the fields. Branches shook as if calling for me. Dude, we need to just jerk off. That releases so much dopamine into the brain, you'll forget that there was even something outside.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
What? I'm just thinking logically. This is what I would have done when I was a kid, if I was his age. Maybe he's not that old yet. I don't know.
Just read your lines, you fucking weirdo.
The wind howled on and on in the night. My thoughts were like annoying flies that entered my head before becoming weak and tangled. I didn't notice how I fell into slumber. It has come, after all. The day I feared the most, the first day of a new school term.
Episode 2, time to play with you. Okay.
Alright,
I
yeah,
think this is
that
a
should
good
be
place
it.
to leave it, yeah. This game is fucking awesome.
Yeah, this game is really good so far.
It's way better than the other game. I knew you were a little like hesitant about it, but I think I would genuinely want to play this to finish, and I'm not gonna have to do that much editing because it's mostly just reading. This is the pair, and this is Dr. Pink signing out. We'll see you in the next video, hopefully in chapter 2 of this game or whatever else. And if you want to support us, check his channel down in the description, or just check out my channel. The watch time really helps, and thank you. We're a small channel. What do you have to say, Dr. Pink?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Yep. What the fuck? Alright, yep, we're going.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? Alright, goodbye. What the fuck?
Bye-bye.
See you next episode. What the fuck?